soccernet.com.
Last season was more a marathon than a sprint for Liverpool. 63 games over 39 weeks saw the trophy cabinet bulging with silver and heroes decorated in gold. In the race for the Champions League, it's all about stamina, not fatigue.
Witness the fitness, the Crawfordton liveth. One hope, one quest. Witness the fitness, the Crawfordton liveth. One hope, one quest. Witness the fitness, the Crawfordton liveth. One hope, one quest.
It's taken 16 frustrating years for Liverpool to get back into the competition they used to win for fun. Appropriately, tonight's game in Helsinki will be a fight to the finish. Most of us would associate the word Haka with a Maori war cry, and tonight Liverpool will be hoping to lead the Finns of FC Haka a merry dance. Good evening. 3 hours of football stand between Liverpool and an estimated £15 million windfall by way of a spot in the Champions League. And joining me, a man who's no stranger to facing Liverpool in cup competitions, Pat Nevin. And Pat, you can't really overstate the importance and the historical significance of this game tonight for Liverpool, can you?
Yeah, it's quite incredible. It's been so long since they've been at this level, you know, and they really want to get through. Very confident they will get through, but they've wanted to get back into the top level, and this is their chance.
And how do you rate the team today compared with the great team of the 70s, 80s, you know, the Dalglish, Hansen, Souness?
I think it's now getting close to a team that you can all start comparing. Before, I think it was a bit of a joke to compare them with that previous team who'd done so much over so many years, but I think it's getting close to a side and a squad that you could almost compare it with, but they've got to do it first, and they've got to do it over a period of time.
Of course, tonight's game is a qualifying game for the Champions League. They're not in the competition proper yet, but still they've got a price at the bookies. We can have a look at them now. And would you say that was a fair reflection on all the teams you see there?
Pretty fair, but I think that's pretty good odds in Liverpool. I think they've having won the UEFA last year and 3 trophies in the bag. I think 16 to 1's not bad odds.
You can bet that'll shorten if they win by a margin tonight.
It probably will, but I think there'll be some smart money, and certainly up in the northwest there'll be a few people win a few quid on that one.
Just to mention something that Sir Alex Ferguson said today, which was interesting, talking about the Premiership he said he's more concerned about Chelsea than any other side. Is that kidology? I would have thought that Liverpool were his big worry.
I would suggest it's almost certainly Liverpool. Ali Ferguson's the best in the world at kidology, and Gerard Houllier will not be taken on for a second by that.
Right, well, Liverpool's success in last season's UEFA Cup will have inspired teams throughout the Premiership. Tonight's extended round in Helsinki, you can see exactly what they mean. Pat, a great following they've got in Helsinki.
Yeah, and they are Finnish people, you know. English football is incredibly popular in Finland. It's hard to overstate how popular it is. And Liverpool, just like Chelsea and Everton and other teams, have got huge followings there.
Yeah, and of course, to add to the romance, there's 2 Finnish players playing for Liverpool tonight, and it's nice that Houlier's picked them.
Yeah, I'm delighted. I'm not too sure if it was anywhere else other than Finland if Litmanen would have been playing, because he's not always first pick. But in Finland, he is the most famous player they've ever had. He's a legend, and always will be there. And Hooper as well is good to have on. But Litmanen, he's the main man. He's 69 caps for his country. He's a skillful player. He's a player that he was Player of the Year 7 years out of 8 in Finland. He's just the main man, and they'd love to see him there. But
do you think there's a bit of psychology going on here? You know, are they likely to be starstruck looking at these guys? I mean, they are heroes at home, aren't they?
I think they'll be starstruck with the whole Liverpool side. But, you know, they'll give as much as they can possibly give. But Hooper as well, I mean, they've got the most important players in their country playing against them tonight. And those guys will be up for it. For Litmanen and Hooper, it's wonderful. It doesn't matter where you come from, to go back to your own folk, as we say in Scotland, and play in front of them. You want to show up well, you want to do well, and it'll be a big, big night for them too.
Right, well, I want to actually take you back a little bit, Pat, now. I'm going to show you something from the 1980-81 season. Don't worry, it doesn't involve you. Of course, you were too young for that. What's the connection here?
I'm trying to see who's scoring there.
It's very cruel.
It's
very cruel, but actually, that's the FC Haka coach scoring against Liverpool in 80-81, so there's a connection there too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, which was a great Liverpool side, and that's the thing now. The Liverpool side then, the Liverpool side now. Great years could be on the way back for Liverpool, I think.
Good. Well, Keith Armstrong, the coach, may have scored then. Liverpool went on to win the tie 10-1, by the way, in case you were wondering. Now, as most of you know, Liverpool were due to be in the heat of Israel tonight, but Maccabi Haifa fielded an ineligible player against FC Haka in their last round, so the Finns were handed the tie by UEFA. So, we dragged Steve Lee off the beach at Tel Aviv and sent him to Helsinki.
In bustling Helsinki this week, the big question's been to play or not to play. Haka's late reinstatement in the competition by UEFA at the expense of Maccabi Haifa has meant extra herrings all round. In the land of 1,000 lakes, there are many more thousand who support Liverpool. The Far East may be Manchester United's domain, but in Scandinavia, the midnight sun burns brightly for all things Scouse. Football's an export-only business here in Finland, with the entire national squad playing outside the country. So the opportunity to see a side like Liverpool, including two of Finland's biggest stars, has captured the imagination. The Finnish media were out in force as Liverpool strutted their stuff at the famous Olympic Stadium last night. Most eyes, understandably, were on Sami Hyypiä and Jari Litmanen, the two Finnish internationals, plying their trade at Anfield. For the locals, there are no divided loyalties. Most support Liverpool.
I have been a Liverpool fan all my life, and because of Sami and Jari, as I said, it's too popular almost. Man United, it's not so big in Finland.
Preparations for Gerard Houlliér's squad have been short and sweet. The switch from Tel Aviv to Helsinki hasn't helped, but there's much riding on this tie, and Liverpool underestimate the part-timers at their peril.
We've got to be aware that normally Finnish team do very well against English team. I mean, they did well against the national team, if you remember, last season, so we've got to be on our toes, really.
He sounds like a Finn, but the Haka manager Keith Armstrong's a Geordie who swapped the Tyne Bridge for the harsher climate of Finland. He played for both Newcastle and Sunderland before trying his luck in Scandinavia. That was 17 years ago, and he's never gone back. For him, this is fairy tale stuff.
It's a dream come true. Hopefully it doesn't turn into a nightmare, actually, because we all know how good Liverpool are nowadays. Really international team. So our boys will be out to do their best, of course, especially tomorrow night in the first game. So it's usually in the home games where you do have a chance of creating an upset.
David Wilson, Haka's central midfielder, is another Englishman who's spent much of his career in Scandinavia. He knows it'll be damage limitation tonight, but where there's hope,
playing for pride, really, as long as we do ourselves justice and do a good performance, and I think we're happy with that, of course. I mean, it helps that we're playing at home first. I mean, hopefully we can get a decent result.
Haka will net £500,000 from this tie. That's half the club's yearly operating budget. So the wind that's blown in Liverpool from across the Baltic has indeed been a fortuitous one.
Steve, thank you very much indeed. Pat, last season was a very, very long season, but obviously a very successful season for Liverpool. But they showed a great durability, and they also showed a great mental toughness.
Well, they've actually got a big squad now, and they've got a very professional squad now. And I think before they were probably pretenders, and I think now that they're better than pretenders now because they've actually got 3 trophies behind them, and I think they've come on now.
And I think if you look at it, they beat Man United twice last season, Roma, Barcelona. No one really they should worry about.
That's why I looked at those odds at 16-1. I don't think they've anything to be frightened of. You know, they have beaten everyone they need to beat. They're capable of doing it. They've shown they can win trophies at the top level. I think they're a good bet, and I think they'll absolutely certain to get through tonight.
We hope so. Right, it's competition time now, and we've got a brand new PlayStation 2 to give away tonight. To win, all you have to do is answer the following question. Who did Liverpool beat to take last season's UEFA Cup trophy? Was it A, Real Madrid, B, Leeds United, or C, Deportivo Alaves? To enter, just ring 0901 565 5000. That's 0901 565 5000. Calls cost 60p per minute. Lines will close at 8:30 tonight, by the way. The winner will be announced on air at the end of the programme. Further details, if you want them, on 5 text, page 495. Very best of luck with that. Now, have you ever heard You'll Never Walk Alone sung in a Finnish accent? Well, you might tonight. See you in a moment. It's almost kick-off time in Helsinki tonight. Your commentators, Ray Houghton, but first, Gary Bloom.
Thanks, Steve. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Helsinki, where tonight Liverpool return to the Premier Club competition in Europe after a 16-year absence. In memory of that fateful game Liverpool played in this tournament in the Heysel Stadium will bring a shiver down the spine of every football fan, but the Reds are back. Gerard Houllière has given all Finnish football fans their wish tonight by including Liverpool's 2 Finns, Sami Hyypiä and Jari Litmanen, in this starting 11. Litmanen is Finland's most famous footballer. He actually played here for HJK Helsinki. He plays behind Owen and Heskey. And a midfield trio which includes fit again Steven Gerrard, who missed most of the pre-season with a damaged ankle. Haka's English manager Keith Armstrong includes his only English player in this team. David Wilson was once on Manchester United books. The Burnley-born midfielder will add some bite to Haka's team. The attack is led by a giant beanpole of a striker, Peter Kovac, a Hungarian, who scored a hat-trick in round 1 against FC Valletta. So a French manager leads his English team up against the Finns, who are managed by an Englishman. And a Spaniard officiates. Welcome back to European football, Liverpool. Well, sitting alongside me in the commentary position is former Liverpool great Ray Houghton. Two schools of thought here, Ray. Does Gerard Houllier go for all-out attack and get a bag full of goals to take back to Anfield, or does he play it really tight?
I think for the first 10-15 minutes, Gary will play it very cautiously. He doesn't really know a great deal about the Haka side. They've done their homework on him. The coaching staff and the scouting staff have been out. They've had them watched. They know their strengths and weaknesses. But it'll take them a good 10-15 minutes to see how they actually play and who's playing where.
So Liverpool's opponents tonight, FC Haka, the equivalent of an English third division side. That's not my definition, it's their coaches, and really this is as close to a bye as you could probably get in European competition at this stage.
Well, it should be, Gary. Man for man, Liverpool 11 out there are far superior to the Haka side, but they are an unknown quantity, and they'll be thinking to themselves that they've had a second chance in this competition. They really should have been out of it, and they're going to go out against a team who they know is one of the best in Europe at this moment in time. They proved it last season, Liverpool, winning 3 competitions and getting into the Champions League qualifiers at this moment in time. So they've got nothing to lose tonight. They'll go out there, they'll enjoy themselves, and they might cause Liverpool a few problems early on.
Emil Heskey, who leads the attack alongside Michael Owen, and very shortly FC Haka, who've switched this home tie 70 miles away from their home stadium, which only holds 3,000 fans, get this match underway. Liverpool's love affair with the European Cup, which ended in tragedy 16 years ago, could well be about to start once again. They're not quite there yet, but tonight they're floating in Finland. Early touch here for the Haka goalkeeper, Villenrotter. Up towards Kovac, who gets a good flick on. Met by Jamie Carragher, Patrick Berger, and Berger saw the ball break off his shins, but the referee's given a free kick. And there's the Englishman in the Haka team, David Wilson. He says he's played against a Liverpool reserve team, but never against the real thing. Carragher. Mecca got a very good challenge in there, and he was being fouled by Michael Owen, who, according to the Liverpool coaching staff, looked very sharp on Friday night, Liverpool's last pre-season friendly, when they played away to Wolves and won by 3-0. Gerrard. Steven Gerrard once again. Heskey. A man, Litmanen. Clever little ball by the Finnish player returning to his home country. Also that Jari Litmanen's father would be here to watch him play tonight. Gerard Houllier, who is taking this tie very seriously indeed. He's not underestimating FC Haka, despite their result against Haifa, which they lost 5-0 on aggregate before UEFA overturned that result. And here's Gerrard, and Owen's offside. Well, last time Michael Owen asked the referee what the free kick was awarded against him for, I think he had a pretty good idea there. This is Mecca. 22 is Kangas Korpi. Popovic. Kupier just stabs the ball back into Haka territory, picked up by Mecca. Carragher got there first. Wilson. takes a few passes and the crowd are getting behind Haka. Skorpi to take the throw here for the Finnish side. Popovic. Mecca. A rather disappointing ball by Mecca. Liverpool actually lost to HJK Helsinki the last time they played a European tie in this stadium. They won the return leg by 5-0. This their 6th visit to Finland, and they've never scored more than 1 goal on each of their previous 5 visits. So anybody expecting a landslide victory might be disappointed. A man. Oh, Heskey was taken out from behind by Mecca. Emil Heskey's only just recovered from a back injury. And Mecca's picked up a yellow card. They mean business, the Finns. Mecca went right through the back of Heskey's ankle there. Hamann. Gerrard. Gerrard trying to pick out Heskey here. Skorpi got his head to the ball. And again. It'll be Jamie Carragher to take this throw. Litmanen. Berger appeals for handball against Skorpi. Väisänen tried to get it away. This is Wilson now, who lost out to Berger. Liverpool's style of playing in last season's UEFA Cup was very much to counter-attack if they could. But this game could be very different for them because they're seeing a lot of the ball early on. They went offside. Yeah, part of their play tonight, Gary, is they're going to hit a lot of diagonal balls through to Michael Owen and Emil Heskey. Obviously, the pace at the back for Haka's not there, and it's a weakness that they've seen in their play. And we've seen in the first 5 minutes or so that that's a ploy Liverpool have tried on 2 or 3 occasions. They've just been caught offside twice, but I'm sure they will get through at some stage. Kovac. All the way back to Peggy Arfaksav, currently standing in for the injured Sander Westerveld. Incidentally, if you're hoping to get a clue about Liverpool's team for Sunday's Charity Shield against Manchester United, I was told by a senior member of the Liverpool coaching staff today it'll be a very different sort of team that are out tonight. Expect to see the likes of Igor Bishkan and Gary McAllister and Nick Barmby included at Cardiff on Sunday. Hupia, Litmanen. All the way back to Sami Hupia. At the moment, Haka are sitting very, very deep, and Liverpool are a little bit unsure what to do here. Haka are squeezing the play forward towards the halfway line and not giving Liverpool any space at all. Owen's through here. He was round Mecca, but he's pulled his shot wide. Michael Owen, who's been caught offside a couple of times, but he took advantage fully of a mistake there by the central defender of FC Haka. The message is clear. Babel. There's a disappointing clearance by Alto. Clever ball in towards Heskey. Just needed a touch. And Mecca got it out then, and just 1 or 2 signs of Liverpool being a bit more adventurous coming forward. Yeah, certainly was. Some good play from Liverpool. They've been attacking well down that right-hand side. It's important that both full-backs this evening, with Liverpool playing so narrow in midfield, that Babel and Jamie Carragher get down the flanks and get crosses in. So Liverpool have a corner. Got it powerfully clear as far as Jamie Carragher. Berger is onside. Babel forward here. Väisänen gets it clear. Up towards Kovac. Litmanen. Carragher, and there was a host of Liverpool players retreating from offside positions, and it's going to be a goal kick. Remember, Liverpool have never played since the European Cup was turned into the Champions League, and Gerard Houllier has always said that was the aim of Liverpool FC, to return to this famous competition which they graced in the 70s and 80s until that fateful night in Heysel. Kovac, Littmanen, and here's Berger, a bit of space for him. Look at Patrick Berger's run here. Eventually had the ball taken off him, and my goodness, they took an age. Kovac, Wilson, David Wilson, Kovac, Kangaskorpi, Väisänen, and the home fans love it when the Finns go forward. Väisänen to take the throw, Wilson available here. Väisänen almost got round Jamie Carragher. And would you believe, I think the ball came back off the corner flag before Huppier cleared towards Heskey.
Good defending there from Sami Huppier, doing what a central defender should do, covering his full-back Carragher there, who got beat quite easily by Väisänen there, showing good pace and skill down this right-hand side. But excellent defender from the skipper.
Wilson. Alter. Trying to get the better of Steven Gerrard. Gerrard, one of the country's top tacklers in the Premiership last season. Väisänen. He's pulled it back here, and Faksa claims the ball. Popovic did well to sling the ball wide to Väisänen there. Game's just beginning to open out. Owen, Liverpool have been caught offside once again. I think Keith Armstrong, the English coach of FC Haka, has laid his plans out here. He's going to try squeeze up and catch Liverpool offside.
Yeah, they certainly is. But that's a real dangerous ploy, Gary, because with the pace of Heskey and Owen, there's going to be one opportunity during the course of the game. We just see Michael Owen there, caught offside once again. They're holding such a high line, they're leaving a lot of space in behind. You see Phil Tomlinson there remonstrating with the linesman, not happy with the decision, but I think it was a correct one. But as I said earlier, you know, if they're going to do that constantly throughout the 90 minutes, players of the Liverpool quality will get through.
Sami Huppier. Heskey. Littmanen offside. Well, the linesman on the far side is going to be very busy in this first half, marshalling the FC Haka offside trap. Seems to have had his hand up in this opening 10 minutes more than Tony Adams normally does in the Arsenal defence. Okinen. Incidentally, about 35,000 inside this stadium tonight. Obviously, they had to sell the tickets at the 11th hour after UEFA postponed the decision to eject Maccabi Haifa till Monday night. The problem for the Helsinki stadium was getting enough stewards to actually marshal the crowd. They reckon if they got a few more stewards, they'd have squeezed a few more in. It's a healthy crowd. Gerrard. Away by Wilson. Karjalainen gets it clear. Haka squeeze up again. Karjalainen, the captain, under pressure from Heskey. Wilson, who can have a bit of a fiery temper. Away by Carragher. Popovic beat to the ball by Berger. Mekela beat Owen to the ball. There's a bit of pushing going on. But here's Littmanen. Stabbed infield to Gerrard. Owen is onside this time. didn't have a lot of help inside the penalty area. In the end, it was relatively simple for Wilmrotter in the Haka goal.
It was another opportunity there for Michael Owen, showing his pace once again there. As I say, that's going to be a feature of this game, Gary, where Haka's going to hold this high line, but it's just if Liverpool can time their runs from the midfield and the forward line.
Heskey tries to stay onside, but is unable to do so.
See Michael Owen there. There are occasions where he's just got to come back into his the defensive third there and just let someone from midfield there. I think it was Patrick Berger who made the run, and let someone from midfield run, and I'm sure they'll be onside.
Popovic, the Russian, running into the challenge of Dietmar Hamann. A man who no doubt will play for Germany against England on September the 1st in Munich in that World Cup qualifier. Wilson. Popovic, terrific ball. Almost got Torkeli in then. You do get the impression that FC Haka are growing in confidence with every minute. Popovic. Mekela was very late on Owen, he's already been cautioned. The referee's been lenient there.
He certainly is. I think the fact that he's already booked Mekela, or else he might have had a yellow card there. And, you know, Liverpool fans will be thinking there, well, why isn't he giving him a red? You know, it is a free kick in a position where Michael Owen was away from him.
Liverpool estimate they'll earn £10 million by qualifying for the first phase of the Champions League. But they have to get past Haka first. Wilson. The estimated Leeds earned 19 million by reaching the semi-finals of the Champions League last season. Gerrard. Liverpool again try stay onside. They've managed to do so. Litmanen. Alto got back though. Litmanen again. Owen is onside. Good save by the goalkeeper. Mekela gets it clear. Only as far as Babel. Won back by Torkeli. There are gaps in that FC Haka defence. Liverpool have to exploit them. Hamann. Gerrard. There's Sami Hyypiä. Away by Mekela. He knows he's in for some game. Jamie Carragher to take this throw. Up towards Heskey. Mekela. Berger. Hamann. And towards Heskey. Hamann again. In fairness, there were a lot of white shirts ahead of Liverpool there, weren't they?
There certainly was. They'd just been a little bit too intricate there. Dieter Hamann was only 25 yards to go, tried to thread a ball through to Emil Heskey, but it wasn't really on. And then when the ball came back to him, he had the shot we should have done in the first place.
Berger. Gerrard. Litmanen. Owen offside.
Just gone a little bit too early there, Gary, once again. Just a little bit too eager to get into the Haka last third there. A terrific ball from Jari Litmanen. I think that's why he's in the side this evening. He's got the vision and the passing to unlock any defence.
Kangaskorpi. Oh, there was a handball there by Berger. I thought he controlled the ball with his arm. Berger, Heskey, Owen. Wood. I thought Haka were a bit unfortunate there because I thought Berger initiated that attack with a handball.
Well, look, more ball to hand, I think there, but just showed you once again, Michael Owen was on to that like a shot, wasn't he? The keeper looked in a lot of trouble there with the back pass. Unfortunately, he's seen the ball just go past his goal.
So Liverpool get an unexpected present, a corner kick here. Litmanen. Away by Karjalainen. Litmanen. Gerrard. Haman. Kangaskorpi gets it clear. Väisänen, I think, was fouled there by Gerrard. The two players shake hands, but it was a hefty challenge. Steven Gerrard looks back to full fitness, doesn't he?
He certainly does, but it was a ball he had to go for there, Gary. He was in the air for some time. Steven Gerrard only had his eyes on the ball there. He did catch Väisänen, but there was no malice in the challenge, and the referee made the right decision.
Berger. Karjalainen gives it away to Haman. Mekela. Väisänen. Good play. Kangaskorpi. Popovic. Intercepted by Hupia. Once again, Haka reinforced that back line with an extra player. Liverpool are going to have to be very patient tonight. Andreas Wilmrotter. Kovac beaten in the air by Hupia. Litmanen. Väisänen. Karjalainen. Once again, Haka happy to knock the ball around. This is Alto, their left back, in towards Kovac, who was being impeded there. In fact, it was the other way around, and Kovac, the Hungarian striker, sees a free kick go against him. Keith Armstrong gives a philosophical shrug.
He'll be relatively pleased, Gary, the way they've started this match.
Heskey.
Liverpool really haven't had a real chance, have they, in goal? There have been occasions where they've nearly got through the back line of Haka, but you know, 0-0 at this stage of the game, he'll be well pleased.
We can hear now from our studio guest, Pat Nevin. Pat, I wonder what you think about the opening half for Liverpool of this first half.
I think Ray's actually nailed it. It's all about the offside, isn't it? They keep on playing such a high line, and it's not a question of if they're going to break that offside, it's a question of when and who's going to break it. And I think Berger and Litmanen are the ones that are going to have to break it, not necessarily the two quickies up front. They're too busy trying to get in too quickly. If they hold the line and let the midfielders break through, I think they're more likely to get there.
Many thanks, Pat. Don't forget you can email us with your comments about either our coverage or your thoughts about this game to football@channel5.co.uk. Perhaps you would like to say about should Haka be even in the competition when they were beaten by Maccabi Haifa. Just one of the topics you might want to ask Pat Nevin about. You'll answer your emails at half-time. Litmanen now. Lovely turn by Litmanen. We'll have to do it again. Corner.
It was good play from Liverpool, but did you see Jari Litmanen there? He should have put the ball in earlier. He made a fantastic run down the right-hand channel there. The Liverpool players were running in, but he should have just played it in first time, and there could have been an opportunity.
Jari Litmanen, Champions League winner in his days with Ajax. Finland's Footballer of the Year 8 times. He'll take the corner. Ruppia. David Wilson with the clearance. But it means quite a bit to a former Manchester United player to play against Liverpool. They are the best of friends when all's said and done, aren't they? Carragher. Heskey. Gerrard, Litmanen. Gerrard again, Berger, offside. He's a busy boy on that far side with that flag of his, isn't he?
He certainly is, but I think it was the correct decision there. Steven Gerrard just couldn't get the ball through to Patrick Berger quickly enough there, but it was a terrific run, and that's what we're saying. It's someone from midfield that's got to make that break from distance. And just on that occasion there, he went a little bit early and he just couldn't get through. But there's another opportunity there for Liverpool.
Heskey, Berger. Owen. Intercepted by Mekela. Incidentally, the bookies, who rarely get these things wrong, suggest that the first goal in this game will come between 39 and 42 minutes. That's the time they've highlighted where Liverpool are most likely to score the opening goal. And they suggested the most likely scoreline was a 2 or 3-0 victory for Liverpool. Do you agree with that?
Well, I think if Liverpool get one here, they'll get 3 or 4. But it's just getting this first goal. As you say, they've got to be very patient. For me, the two most important people for Liverpool is going to be the two fullbacks. They've got to get forward. They've got a lot of room. They're not really marking anyone. And just add that extra weight to the forward line.
Litmanen with a free kick here for Liverpool. It's a good one too. Haka are defending well. Carragher. Litmanen. He's got away from Popovic. Good clearance, only as far as Berger. Gerrard. Oh, through towards Michael Owen. It was a clever idea once again by Liverpool. But he's just found it on the number of defenders Haka had back there. Yeah, it was just the pace of the ball as well. It just caught Michael Owen unawares there, but good play from Steven Gerrard. Popovic, Väisänen. Berger. Gerrard, and it's a rather wayward ball. Alter. Kaljalainen. Kangaskorpi. The prize for Haka at the moment. And despite the fact that their own manager called them little more than a third division team, they're holding the UEFA Cup holders Liverpool to a 0-0 scoreline. And we've played the best part of half an hour of football here in Helsinki.
Yeah, they've defended the numbers, Gary. They've got plenty of men behind the ball. As an attacking force, you've got to look at Väisänen here in the right wing. I think he could cause Jamie Carragher some problems here, and it's important that Patrick Berger does come back and help Jamie on the occasion that he's been taken on 1v1.
Litmanen. Heskey. Kovac. They do carry some threat, don't they, the Finns? Heskey. Litmanen. Owens after this one. Mekala had to stretch to get there, but he got there nonetheless.
It's good defending from Mekala there. Good ball over the top from Jari Litmanen for Michael Owen. You just see Phil Thompson on here. He's not happy with this situation. I think he wants Michael Owen to drop off a little bit and pick up some loose balls. They look like at times they're getting four in a line up front and there's no space for any of them to move.
The look on Steven Gerrard's face underlines the frustration Liverpool are feeling at the moment, that they haven't broken down this FC Haka defence. There was talk about a big scoreline here for Liverpool tonight, but at the moment that looks unlikely. Owen. Hamann. Oh dear.
Yeah, that's poor from Dietmar Hamann. There's a good opportunity there for Liverpool. Marcus Babbel made a good run down the right-hand side, and you expect someone of the quality of Dietmar Hamann to pick him out there. Just a bit frustrated at the moment, Liverpool.
Karlialainen, who was given the job of sitting in front of the back four for Haka tonight. Kovac. Well, the home fans wanted a free kick against Onsho, and they've got it. He was climbing all over his opponent there, Stefan Onsho. Now, this could be interesting. Stefan Onsho gives away a free kick. As FC Haka plot. Keith Armstrong and his assistant coach look on now as our Faxa tries to make sure the defensive wall's in the right position. Alto standing over the ball. Väisänen stands over the ball. Okinen stands over the ball. Okinen. It's gone out for a corner kick.
A lot of expectations in that free kick, wasn't there? They took so long to take it, but in the end it was a very poor effort from Okinen. Went into the Liverpool wall and gone behind for a corner kick.
Torkele to take this corner here for FC Haka. In fairness, Peggy Arfaxa, the Liverpool goalkeeper, hasn't really had a save to make of any note, has he?
No, he certainly hasn't, no. As we say, as an attacking force, really, it's only the right winger, Väisänen, who's really done anything of note. But Liverpool, as we say, they're passing the ball about okay, but it's in the forward areas. They've just got so many people up top, and Haka have got so many back defending, there's no real room to get in behind them.
Gerrard did well there to get away from his marker. In towards Heskey! Liverpool find the goal on 31 minutes. It's Steven Gerrard supplying the cross there for Emil Heskey, and his bullet-like header gives Liverpool the lead. They're back heading towards the Champions League.
Yeah, what a cross from Steven Gerrard, absolutely fantastic. Ball to the far post. There was Emil Heskey there up against Mekala. A bit of a mismatch there and a terrific header, giving the goalkeeper Villenrotter absolutely no chance, and the perfect start for Liverpool in this Champions League game.
Wonder now whether Haka will allow their concentration to slip. Gerrard was unmarked when he went on that run down the inside right channel, and the fact that he wasn't picked up had a direct bearing on what happened next.
It certainly was, but it was the quality of the cross, Gary, that made the goal. 7 yards out, Emil Heskey, unmarked, and you don't expect him to miss from there. As you say now, we'll see what Haka have made of. Fantastic ball. Look at this ball from Steven Gerrard, and from that position there, Emil Heskey will not miss. Terrific goal.
Kangaskorpi. Veseman, good cross. Oh, Kovac almost stunned Liverpool there.
Good play from Haka here. It's a terrific cross. We said from Vasanen. Terrific ball into the box. Just see Kovac there, just falling away. Couldn't get his header on target as it went wide of the goal. But one thing you mustn't do after you've scored is switch off, and Liverpool did there for a moment or two.
Heskey. Kangaskorpi. Gerard Houllier will be a little bit relieved now after that Heskey goal. Had 33 months in charge. He has brought 22 different players to the club. Says his big aim now is to push Liverpool on to win the Premiership and overhaul Manchester United.
That's certainly the plan for this season. I know the Liverpool staff want that, and certainly the supporters of Liverpool. You know, the fact they haven't won the league for the last 11 years for a team of that stature has just not been good enough, and the players know that.
And they couldn't have a more enticing game on Sunday when they meet Manchester United in the Charity Shield at Cardiff. Kangaskorpi. Heskey's after this one. Wilson got his boot to the ball. Litmanen. He controlled the ball with his hand. It was his upper arm, actually. Oh, they'd love to see him score here.
Yeah, he's been a legend here, hasn't he, for Finland over the years. Fantastic player.
He is the Finnish equivalent of Stanley Matthews and Tom Finney and Kevin Keegan and Bobby Charlton and Paul Gascoigne and David Beckham all rolled into one. Kovac, who had that very good chance just a moment ago, surrounded by red shirts though. They pin a lot of hopes on this number 17. Peter Kovac, who scored that hat-trick in the last round against FC Valletta of Malta. Liverpool trained here last night. They thought the climate was absolutely perfect for this Champions League qualifier. They didn't really want to go to Tel Aviv, where they would have had to play Haifa, with all that humidity and heat, which might have really stretched Liverpool's fitness so early on in the campaign.
Yeah, that's right, and also you've got to say that Maccabi Haifa were obviously the better side. The fact that they came to Finland and won 1-0, and then they won the second leg 4-0 at home.
Mekela. Heskey into Berger. Litmanen. Good catch by the keeper. Liverpool just beginning to get some fluidity here.
Yeah, Patrick Berger does extremely well here. Pulls the ball back for Jari Litmanen. Good first touch. Difficult angle, really, you've got to say, but he hit the target, and the keeper, Villenrotter, made a good save.
It's almost as if that goal has settled one or two Liverpool nerves.
Yeah, it certainly has, and none more so than the management, I'm sure. Gerard Houllier is extremely happy that they've got the goal and they can settle down now. It's interesting that Haka haven't really changed the tactics. They're still getting plenty of men behind the ball.
Hupia. Heskey penalised this time. Kangaskorpi. Wilson. They missed out by Zanen. And it's Popovic who's won the throw here for FC Haka. Carragher. Hupia. Gerrard. Great to see him get forward and have such a crucial role in that Liverpool goal. He's missed virtually all of the pre-season because of an ankle injury. Berger. Haka have virtually 10 players behind the ball here. But Owen's onside. Vilnrotter got a slice of luck there. Heskey's after it again. He's through. And Vilnrotter to the rescue. He's having a good night.
Yeah, he certainly is. That's 2 saves in a row there. Kept his side in this match. You've got to say Liverpool are really piling on the pressure.
Kanga Scorpi with an overhit pass all the way through to the Liverpool keeper. Babel. Litmanen. Berger's offside. That's why Liverpool had to funnel the ball to Jamie Carragher. If you've just joined us here on Channel 5, this is Liverpool's Champions League qualifier away to HJ Haka of Finland. This match being played in the Olympic Stadium in Helsinki. Liverpool lead by an Emil Heskey goal. Okinen. This really is a busy month for Liverpool. They have a punishing schedule in August with 7 games in 19 days. And now they could have done with another goal there as Vilnrotter denied Michael Owen. That second goal certainly would have eased a few Liverpool nerves before the break. Berger. And Owen's through. What a great tackle that was. Alto did exceptionally well to hook his boot around Michael Owen's boot there, just as Owen was about to shoot. In fairness, FC Haka have done the job of defending against Liverpool pretty well, apart from one lapse of concentration. The referee had a lapse of concentration there. A man helping it through. This is Litmanen. A very late offside flag.
This was the chance earlier for Michael Owen. Fantastic ball over the top by Patrick Berger. Here you just think Michael's going to pull the trigger on target, but the tackle from Alto extremely well timed and stopped Liverpool getting that second goal that you've got to see overall in this first half they deserve.
Keith Armstrong, the coach of FC Haka, described his team like a third division side. Is that fair? Do you think that's a fair reflection of what we've seen so far?
Well, they've defended in numbers. I mean, you've got to give them credit. They've obviously had a game plan where they don't want to get embarrassed tonight. You know, they know Liverpool are a quality side and can score goals from any department.
Berger, Gerrard. Liverpool have players to spare here. Gerrard, Berger. Babel. Owen. Away by Okinen. Karjalainen. Wilson. Had the ball ripped from him by Berger. Gerrard. Cleared by Karjalainen. Up towards Kovac, who has held the ball up well and then had it taken off him by Dietmar Hamann. Liverpool try and stay onside. Not an easy feat. And Haka were virtually right on the halfway line there, just waiting for Liverpool to spring the ball forward.
Yeah, they certainly were, but that's what I'm saying, that's where you need someone from midfield to make the break there. It was actually Jamie Carragher down in this left back position who'd made a good run, but they just couldn't find him.
Incidentally, 2 Liverpool players have been left behind on Merseyside to recover from injury. Vladimir Schmitzer has an Achilles tendon injury, and Jamie Redknapp, returning from long-term injury, now has a groin strain. That's why those 2 players aren't involved, and Sander Westerveld out with a thigh strain, but he should be back before too long. Carragher. Heskey. Upia. Michael Owen. Trying to get away from Karjalainen. Babel. Well, they're trying to pick out Heskey again then. It took a good piece of defending once again by Mekela to get the ball to safety.
Yeah, it's good football from Liverpool, Gary. They're passing it 1 and 2 touch, moving the ball around, not letting the Haka team get anywhere near it, and then that gives them the opportunity to get these crosses into the box, which has caused them some problems.
Berger with the corner. Free header for Sami Huppi. He had a lot more time than he realised then. Captain of Liverpool, captain of Finland, and will be returning to Helsinki in a week's time to play for his country against Belgium in a friendly international. Popovic. Karjalainen. Given away to Jari Litmanen. There's no stoppage time at the end of the first half. Liverpool have scored that important goal, but it hasn't been the big scoreline that some Liverpool fans were anticipating. The thoughts of Pat Nevin coming up. He'll be in the studio with Steve after the break, but the half-time score here from Helsinki is Haka 0, Liverpool 1.
Emil Heskey's header separates the 2 sides at half-time. Haka probably quite pleased. I wonder what their coach makes of it all. Here's Keith Armstrong with Steve Lee.
Well, Keith, how proud are you of your side after that first half?
I think we've done very well. We've contained them a lot of the time. We've done what we wanted to do, catch them offside when we knew they were going to try and get behind us. Goal was a fantastic cross, fantastic header. You can't do anything about those usually.
1 lapse of concentration, I guess, in the first half from your boys.
Yeah, we lost it in the left back position there. Gerard's very strong in the challenges there, and he knocked our little boy out the way a little bit there and got a good cross in. That happens sometimes.
Not downhearted though?
Not yet. We might have a chance yet. Cheers.
He's right to be pleased too, as well, isn't he?
Yes, we can tell by his attitude this is damage limitation. If they keep the score down, they'll be very, very happy about it. But I think he seems quite happy. He's at home and he's getting beat, and it's in a European. You'd hope for a bit more, but that's the problem with smaller teams.
Right, let's get straight on with our emails, shall we? And our first one comes from Matthew Tancock, and it's a subject that's dominated the first half, and it's dominated our emails as well. Owen and Heskey need to hold their runs so they are not caught out by players inferior to them. Obviously, he's talking about the number of offsides we've seen in the first half. Extraordinary.
Yeah, I mean, this one, Heskey's trying to run along the line there, and to be honest, he shouldn't be trying that. He should be holding it and allow these midfielders to get through. And we see some opportunities here. Look, Berger makes a run there. Now, in actual fact, if the ball would have been played half a second earlier, he was through on goal. It was just a little bit late getting the ball being played through. And time and again, it happened. Berger's run again from deep there, but just the timing of the last ball through was the problem. And here the line's very, very high. The line's been high all night. But they're still not learning a lesson, and of course, you'd expect Owen to score from there. And they've beaten it all night, and they've been caught once or twice, but normally, again, play it now, play it now. Oh, and
it's frustrating,
doesn't play
isn't it?
And it would drive your players mad. And I think what you're looking for quality players to be able to deliver those balls from midfield. And that's not quite what they've had yet.
And you were talking about the midfielders making the runs like we saw Berger doing there, as important as Owen and Heskey.
More important. I think Owen and Heskey just accept and hold the line with them. Berger's runs have been fantastic, but I actually think the person that could find him more than anyone else would be Barmby, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Barmby. And Fowler is a much more intelligent player than he ever was in his early career, and he could actually be able to cope with that as well.
Well, I'm quite glad you mentioned Fowler then, because that brings us on nicely to our next email, which comes from Sven Marley. Why does Gerard Houllier persist with Emile Heskey when Fowler is far superior? I mean, a lot of people have sympathy with that view.
I know, that email was probably sent before the goal, I would suggest. But Heskey hasn't shown a great deal of intelligence in trying to break down the offside. But when the good opportunity came, he put it away.
And you look at his movement just before the ball's...
Good, he's moved off the back shoulder of the defender. Movement was absolutely perfect there. He's not had to do a great deal because it's a wonderful cross. If you look at the power, even in slow motion, it looks a pretty great ball. And he's not put a great deal on it, he's just redirected the power. And I think it was a good finish, but it was a fantastic ball.
If you were Houllier, which camp do you come from? Do you come from the Owen Heskey or Owen Fowler?
I personally like Fowler. I think Fowler's a wonderful player, and I feel really sorry for a player of that standard who isn't playing top-class football week in, week out from the start.
Right, next email. It comes from Ian from Harrow, and we've heard from Keith Armstrong. He seemed pretty pleased, didn't he? FC Haka are doing well for part-timers. I bet the whole team costs less than Owen's wage bill, and he's probably not wrong either.
No, he definitely won't be wrong, and I mean, they've tried their best and they've got up the park a few times. I think this is the closest they get to a chance, and to call it a half chance is probably exaggerating slightly. But you know, he got behind it, but there was plenty of Liverpool players behind the ball. He's not really got it. I mean, it'd have been wonderful if they'd have got it on target, but I don't think they've caused them any major problems, and they've not been sweating at all in the Liverpool defence.
No, but while it is only 1-0, or as long as it is only 1-0, Gerard Houllier, whatever he says, is going to be a very, very frustrated man tonight, isn't he?
I think he's very frustrated. I mean, from the start of the game, he feels under a little bit of pressure, I think, because he said it's going to be a hard game, etc., but he knows in his heart that they've got to win this. They should win this by a good few goals, and they are a country mile ahead of them. However, they've not done it in goals yet, but you wait for the game to go on and you'll maybe find that. The one thing I would say is they might not get as tired as you'd expect. You know, it's halfway through their season. It's only the start of Liverpool's season, so they may not tire the way other minnow-type teams would tire.
But if you were a Liverpool fan, you wouldn't be nervous, would you?
Not in the slightest, don't worry about that. They've got plenty more in the locker.
Good, right. We've got a brand new PlayStation 2 to give away tonight. To win, all you have to do is answer this question. Who did Liverpool beat to take last season's UEFA Cup trophy? Was it A, Real Madrid, B, Leeds United, or C, Alaves? To enter, just ring 09015655000. That's 09015655000. Calls cost 60 pence per minute. Lines close at 8:30 tonight, so you've got, what, not long to dial that number. The winner will be announced on air at the end of the programme. Further details on 5 text page 495. Right, don't go away, will you? I'm sure there's a hatful of goals coming up. All Liverpool's, of course. We'll see you in a moment. No goals there at the moment, but a reminder, it's 1-0 here thanks to Emile Heskey. And Pat, one thing we were talking about the offsides, but also you were talking about the fullbacks, Babel and Carragher, perhaps getting forward, or someone going down the wing, a bit like Gerrard did for the goal.
It doesn't actually matter who it is. It doesn't matter if it's a midfielder, fullback, or a wing-back. It's anyone who can see along the line. If you're playing along the line out wide, an old-fashioned winger, let's say, and you're out wide, you can see along the line and you can see who's trying to play offside and where the line is. And I'm wondering if they'll push someone, it may even be Berger, a little bit wider this half to actually be able to see that. He's going to do something, and I'm sure that Liverpool, one way or another, or probably quite a number of ways, will break down this offside trap.
Good. Well, we are about to see, aren't we? Let's go back to the stadium and join Ray Houghton and first Gary Blue.
Many thanks, Steve. Well, Liverpool reported back for pre-season training before any other Premiership team. They've been to Switzerland, the Far East and Holland on tour. It'll be interesting to see whether their fitness holds up in the second half. Ray, how do you think this second half's going to go?
Well, I can only see more goals for Liverpool. Haka is an attacking force. I think they only had one opportunity at goal. I just feel in this second half, as we kept mentioning in the first, if Liverpool can sort this offside trap off, that they will break the Haka defence down and they'll get a few goals in this second half.
Liverpool have had a good week. 3 of their players, Carragher, Haman and Gerrard, have just signed new contracts that will keep them at the club until 2005. Fowler and Owen should follow suit next month. And that really is a very positive sign for Gerard Houllier, tying up the long-term futures of his best players. Popovic, or rather Tokeli, looking out to Wilson. Tokeli again. Mistake by Onsher, but Sami Hyypiä was aware of the danger. Lippmann, Heskey, he stayed onside then, but was just a pace behind the game. Liverpool begin their league campaign at West Ham at Anfield, a week on Saturday. So they're bound to be just a little bit away from full fitness.
Pistellään oikein kunnon aallot sieltä screeniltä päin pääkatsomoon. Aaltoja 3 laskiessa. Eli screeniltä siis pääkatsomoon päin. 1, 2, 3!
I'd love to translate for you, but I haven't got a clue what the public address announcers just said. I think it's, can we have a Mexican wave? Because one's just erupted inside the stadium. Berger. Gerrard. Ball ricocheted off Steven Gerrard. Just Popovic returning to the field of play after receiving attention for what appears to be a hamstring injury. Popovic, such an influential player for FC Haka. Out you go there, son. And the cheering you can hear now inside the stadium has absolutely nothing to do with a football match. It's all to do with a Mexican wave. And here's Gerrard, who's onside for Liverpool, only the keeper to beat. Phil Rotter's done well. And then Gerrard put the ball into the side netting. And he knows that was a very good chance.
Yes, he'll know that was a good chance, Gary. But once again, look at this ball from Jari Lippmann. Tremendous vision. This is what we're talking about, getting a midfield player running from deep. Tries to chip the keeper. The keeper's done extremely well there, but for me there, he's got to hit the target. I know it's on his weaker left foot, but Steven Gerrard knows that should have been 2-0 to Liverpool.
Mecca. Popovic. Izanen helping it back to Karjalainen. Izanen there, the right-sided player. He can play up front for FC Haka, but is asked to perform in a midfield role tonight by his coach Keith Armstrong. Very likeable Geordie who was chatting with the English press here last night. There he is. And there is Phil Neal, former Liverpool skipper who knows all about European Cup campaigns. He's commentating on the radio this evening. Phil Rotter's after this one. Sami Hyypiä, another of the Finnish players, will be back in Helsinki next week for that friendly against Belgium. Finland face 2 matches against Greece in the next week or 2. They go to Greece on the 1st of September, the day England play in Germany, and then they bring the Greeks back here a few days later. Hyypiä, another good run there, I think, by Jamie Carragher to try and get on the end of that ball. There's a bit of getting back to do now. Incidentally, should Liverpool qualify for the Champions League, just break off here while Gerrard feeds the ball through, but Nekila was in the way. Should Liverpool qualify for the Champions League, they'll go into the draw as second seeds. That means they'll be inevitably drawn against one of the giants of European football, Juventus or Bayern Munich. They can't get drawn against an English club, so they would avoid Manchester United or Arsenal. But they're bound to have somebody pretty tasty in their group. But of course they have to get past FC Haka, not only in the remainder of this second half, but also the return match at Anfield in a fortnight's time. Babel. Oh dear. Marcus Babel. Littmanen. Marcus Babel looked a little bit tired there. There's Robbie Fowler, who'll be hoping to get a chance to come on for Liverpool and pep up their attack.
I think it's an ideal occasion for Robbie to come on. I think they need someone of his ability who can make them quick, devastating runs in behind these defenders, because he's very good at keeping himself on side and a tremendous finisher. We've seen there's been opportunities for Liverpool this evening. I think they lack someone of his ability there to put the ball in the net.
Kovac. Gerrard to the rescue, and here's Marcus Babel now for Liverpool. Berger's made a run to the back post, but Gerrard had the ball whipped from him. Torkely. Kovac. Wilson. Torkely behind him if he can pull it back. It's a very deep one. Väisänen. Kangaskorp. Väisänen. He seemed pretty happy at half-time that his team had just conceded the one goal.
Yeah, he certainly was, wasn't he? And he had reason to be happy, didn't he? The fact that, as we said earlier, he had a plan to set out against Liverpool to get many men behind the ball, not concede too many goals in the first half, and maybe in the second half try and catch Liverpool out. As we said earlier, they're only a short spell through their season, whereas Liverpool has just started, and maybe they felt that Liverpool might tire.
Liverpool, incidentally, will stay in Helsinki tonight. They fly back to Liverpool Airport tomorrow. And they head towards Cardiff for the Charity Shield at the weekend. Marcus Babel to take the throw. Littmanen's posted on the edge of the penalty area. This is Berger. Littmanen, offside. Flags up, very late flag. The referee's assistant had a long, hard look at this one before deciding that Littmanen was offside, and I'm not sure he was, to be honest.
It was a very tight decision there. The ball through from Patrick Berger. For me, looked like Littmanen was level there with the defender in an onside position, but give the keeper credit, came out and saved that opportunity anyway.
Time for a Big Mac. Gary McAllister ready to come on. Babel. Littmanen. Oncha. Gerrard. Littmanen. Torkely. Heskey won it back. The game has fallen back into its familiar pattern of the first half, where Liverpool saw an awful lot of the ball. Babel. Gerrard. Now Wilson did well for Haka. Popovic. Karjalainen. Kovac now. Great tackle by Gerrard. Superb tackler. And here's Litmanen. He slipped it to Owen. 2! Liverpool have found their second goal, and it was the speed of Michael Owen and the vision here of Jari Litmanen.
Yeah, he's played it through exactly at the right time, just when Michael Owen wanted it. Shows a lot of confidence here, Michael. Sees the keeper Vilnrota coming out. Look at this lovely weighted pass from Jari Litmanen. In comes Michael Owen, slides it under the goalkeeper. 2-0 to Liverpool, and that really will settle them down now.
Liverpool's second goal, scored by player number 10, Michael Owen.
Well, Liverpool have put their substitution on hold after that Michael Owen goal. Gerard Houllier wants to think again about any changes he might make. Karjalainen now for Haka. Berger. Heskey. Gerrard. Berger. Jari Litmanen is already wanting to orchestrate this free kick. He certainly orchestrated this goal.
Yeah, it was calmness of the finish, wasn't it? Michael Owen. How many times you've seen that in recent years from Michael? One-on-one with the keeper. And more often than not, you expect him to score from that position.
It's going to be a pause whilst this free kick is taken while Liverpool make a substitution. And it isn't going to be a popular substitution because Jari Litmanen is going to come off here. Quite simply, a national sporting icon. Listen to the applause here for Jari Litmanen. And his place goes to Gary McAllister. McAllister, who supplied that free kick, which delivered Liverpool the UEFA Cup and that golden goal in Dortmund. Talking of free kicks, Liverpool have one here. Berger. Why do you think they brought off Litmanen?
I just think he was getting a little bit tired. Here he shows terrific vision though when he picked out Michael Owen, but you've got to say during the course of the game, you know, at his age as well, and they're going to have to protect him somewhat because they know what a quality player is, and he'll be needed throughout the rest of the season. And you know, you don't want to take too much out of him during the course of this match tonight. He's done enough, and you see he was involved in that second goal.
Incidentally, in the other Champions League qualifier, Ajax have pulled a goal back against Celtic. Shota Arveladze, the Georgian international, has scored for Ajax. It's Ajax 1, Celtic 2, a later score. So good night for Celtic so far, good night for Liverpool as Wilson comes in. And he's won a corner. An Englishman and a Finn, but the Finn's playing for Liverpool and the Englishman's playing for Haka. Haka have the corner. Mekela Trying to get on the end of that. This is Michael Owen. Look at his speed here, trying to get away from Karjalainen, who was holding him back. Looked like Karjalainen only had 2 gears. Michael Owen's got 5 or 6.
Yeah, he's definitely away from there. You can just see Karjalainen just pulling him back slightly there. And, you know, Michael Owen had a chance to get away there. I thought he even might have been a yellow card.
Marcus Babbel, who was on the losing side in the Champions League final when Bayern lost to Manchester United. McAllister trying to pick out Gerrard. Gerrard with another good cross in towards Heskey. Berger. Babbel. Gerrard. Corner. Came off the left back, Miro Alto. Andy! Oi, finish! Patrick Berger. He's had a couple of shots on goal now, but neither of them able to trouble the goalkeeper. And that's putting it politely. Interesting that Liverpool playing with a midfield 3 tonight, and Patrick Berger allowed to wander in field, which sometimes has been a criticism of his game.
Yeah, it certainly has. I think whenever I've seen Patrick playing, and he just comes in off the line, it just cramps Liverpool's style. They don't get enough width in the team. But tonight, because they want to get both full-backs forward, it is important that he does come inside a little bit more often. So the likes of Babbel and certainly down that left-hand side, Jamie Carragher, who has got on a couple of occasions, can get him behind this Haka defence.
McAllister. He was signed a year ago to take Liverpool to the Champions League, and he's done just about that. Rewarded with another 1-year contract. Heskey. Moncho. Rupia. Jamie Carragher. Heskey makes a run here. Incidentally, this is the ground where England fought out a 0-0 draw in a World Cup qualifier last season, just after Kevin Keegan's decision to quit the national team. This is the ground where Ray Parlour had that shot against the underside of the crossbar, and it quite clearly crossed the line, but the goal wasn't given. Michael Owen, Gerrard to his right. Oh, he decided to go left where there were an absolute ton of white shirts. And Gerrard was unmarked to his right. Torkel has been fouled here by Dietmar Hamann.
Yeah, I think Steven Gerrard wouldn't have been too happy with Michael Owen's decision there. He made a fantastic run down that right-hand side to catch him up, and all he had to do was slip him in, and Steven could have put it across the face of the goal. But you see Michael there, he knows himself, he's disappointed that he picked the wrong option.
So Liverpool in a comfortable position, leading 2-0. I wonder if Pat Nevin back in the studio sees more Liverpool goals in this tie, Pat?
Yeah, there should be. The one time when the Haka got excited and got a wee bit forward, a wee bit further forward than they're used to. Wait a minute, through here.
And there's a chance here for Liverpool. Owen, he's round the keeper. Berger's in the middle. Might come through here to Gerrard. And somehow Haka escaped. Pat, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, I was just saying there are opportunities here, but as soon as they go off it at all, as soon as they go off the defending at all, Liverpool make great use of the space. And that's why, even though Liverpool have earned the right to pull Haka out, they just aren't coming out in the numbers and giving Liverpool the space to get through. But even so, I still think there's plenty more chances to be created, and 2 or 3 more goals, hopefully.
Many thanks, Pat. And don't forget, you can email Pat your comments and thoughts at our website here, football@channel5.co.uk. Berger helping it through to Owen, who's round the keeper. And that's number 3 for Liverpool. And Haka are falling apart now as Liverpool have found the key to unlock that Haka offside trap. And Vilmrotter was hopelessly opposed or exposed there.
Lovely ball, wasn't it, though, once again for Patrick Berger. There's the run what we're talking about. No need to be caught offside. He's got the pace to get through there. First touch is excellent, takes it past the goalkeeper, Vilmrotter, and then just strokes it into the empty net. But it's the run and the ball that makes this goal. And then Michael Owen has the simple task of putting the ball into the empty net.
What a great ball that was. Michael Owen timed his run to perfection. It's taken them 45 minutes to work it out. But now they have, you can see absolutely tons of goals for Liverpool, just as Pat Nevin was saying. Berger again. Heskey. Danny Murphy, who's just come on as a substitute for Liverpool. Berger.
Teki toisen vaihtonsa kentältä pois pelaaja numero 17. Liverpool second substitution of player number 17, Steven Gerrard, and in number 13 kentälle numero 13, Daniel Murphy.
So Murphy on and Steven Gerrard, the player he replaced. Gerrard still not quite fully fit yet, but they've had what good hour out of Steven Gerrard, and that will no doubt put a lot of confidence into the young England midfielder. Liverpool are easing back towards the Premier Club competition in Europe with 3 goals now. Berger. Owen, he's onside, he's on his hat-trick. Murphy, great clearance. Mekela got it clear right at the death. How Murphy threaded that ball through, goodness only knows. Kovac at the other end here for Haka. Sami Huppier, sliding tackle. That's Steven Gerrard's leg. And they've applied an ice pack to his ankle, which was a problem. He picked up an ankle injury early on in the pre-season campaign. Torkan. Scorpi. Kovac gets it wide here. Karjalainen, and headed clear by Sami Huppier. Liverpool home and dry now, Ray?
Yeah, certainly are. I still think there's a couple of more goals left in this game, Gary. You know, we've seen Liverpool breaking down their defence at will now, and I just feel that maybe at some stage they'll bring Robbie Fowler on. I really think that it'll be tailor-made for Robbie to see his movement and the fact that he can get in behind people, and he's a fantastic finisher. He could come on and get a goal or two here.
Scorpi. Ruhanen waiting to come on here for FC Haka. Karjalainen. Kovac, Karjalainen, Alto. Neat football by the Finns. Scorpi. Wilson. Wilson again scrapping for the ball, but he's under intense pressure from Gary McAllister. One or two of the Haka players look a little bit dispirited now, and they're going to make a substitution. It'll be their Russian, Popovic, who's coming off. Valery Popovic is off then, and Ruhanen, who was expected to start this game, is on in his place. Ruhanen, whose season last year was disrupted through injury. I think Haka have been authors of their own downfall by playing this offside trap, because nearly all the Liverpool goals were identical, weren't they?
It certainly was, and we're saying it just needed someone to make the right run, wasn't it? You know, we knew there were opportunities. We've seen that in the first half, but it wasn't until, I'm sure, at half-time, Gerard Houllier told his players, look, you don't have to go early. You know, you've got the pace to beat this defence. They're not the quickest that you've ever seen.
Emil Heskey being substituted here for Liverpool. He too has been returning from injury. And Robbie Fowler is on for the Reds. And FC Haka going to make a change themselves. Torkeli is off, and on in his place, Passanen. Jasko Passanen made his league debut as a 17-year-old. Doesn't normally feature in Keith Armstrong's first string 11. I think the problem here for Haka is they had a league game on Sunday, which they had to play. They didn't, of course, expect to play against Liverpool because of the Haifa expulsion. They had to play on Sunday night, and Keith Armstrong said, well, we might have a problem. The team might tire towards the end.
Well, you'd have thought, you know, the fact that they're only halfway through the season, that they'd be relatively fit. But the one problem is once you've conceded the third goal, mentally you become very tired. You know, they've been chasing around. As an attacking team, they've not really had much play up there. They've been defending in numbers. They've put a lot of work, a lot of energy into this game. But unfortunately, once goals start going, heads start to go on, and mentally you get very, very tired quickly.
Remember, this is the first time Liverpool have played a competitive match in Finland and scored more than one goal. So there'll be a lot of satisfaction about this Liverpool performance. And who knows, there might be more goals in this match. Kovac. Oh, free kick to Haka. Oh, this goal, or this attempt at goal, could bring a little bit of satisfaction for the home side. Certainly the fans are getting behind Haka. One or two home flags being waved around these stands. Zanen, I think he's going to hit this one. Oh dear. Plenty of expectation, but the execution of the shot was woeful. But they're enjoying themselves anyway, despite that free kick.
Oh. Just never on target at all, Gary. It was miles away, and it really says a lot about Haka's overall performance as an attacking side. Not very good at all.
Fouled by Mekele. He's taken the free kick quickly, a bit too quickly for one or two of his colleagues. I think it's fair to say, even at this stage, Liverpool very much on course for the Champions League. Having said that, the vagaries of the competition mean that Celtic have to face Ajax for a place in the Champions League, where Liverpool have a relatively simple task against either Maccabi Haifa, who were thrown out of the competition, or Haka, who could be in trouble again. Here, look at the pace of Owen. Okinen doing well to catch Michael Owen up and eventually take the ball from him. Phil Thompson, Gerard Houlier's assistant, down on the bench. The player who played with such distinction for Liverpool in the old European Cup. Fowler offside. Liverpool have cited the twin peaks of the Premiership and Champions League as the two trophies they particularly want to win in the coming months. Realistically, what are their chances, Ray?
Well, I think Man United, with the buys that they've already got in this season, are still favourites, but Liverpool have been improving year in, year out, and last year to get into third position with the amount of games they had at the end of the season, the fact that they were still in 3 cup competitions, showed they have got a lot of ability in the side, and they're gelling very well together, and they look like a squad of players who are determined to take the championship away from Manchester United this year, but it's going to be very difficult for them.
How much do you think that UEFA Cup success will have a bearing on their Champions League campaign over the next few months?
Well, if you think of the teams that they played last year and the quality teams that they played and beat, if you look at Barcelona and Roma, you know, they know that they can compete against the real top teams, and there's no reason once they get through this, and I'm sure they will get through this stage, that they can't go on to better things, similar to what Leeds United done last season.
Carragher, Fowler. Robbie Fowler again. He has Carragher available inside the box into Owen. Oh, that was another moment of real danger for Haka. He's gone for a corner kick to Liverpool. Actually, Gerard Houllier was saying that in many ways the UEFA Cup is a harder competition, because if you lose a game in that, you're virtually out. You can lose games in the Champions League, and it doesn't necessarily mean elimination.
One more, hey! All right. Let's go!
McAllister. Phil Rotter didn't quite get it clear. And Murphy might have done better there.
He should have done better.
Danny Murphy, a player who really has blossomed under Gerard Houlier's management.
He certainly has. Here, there's an opportunity for him. He's just leaning back a little bit, Gary. That's why he's caught the ball a little bit high. You just see here, as he about to hit the volley there, he's just leaning back. That gives it the height to take it over the bar. Just couldn't get over the shot to keep it down. He's been a good asset for Liverpool over the last year or so, Danny Murphy.
And here is Murphy again. Liverpool do have such a outstanding crop of midfield players. McAllister just looked over his shoulder to check he was onside there. I wonder if both teams would prefer to hear the final whistle very shortly. Liverpool have come here and scored 3 times. Haka look a little bit dispirited as McAllister drives forward again. what odds on Michael Owen completing a hat-trick tonight?
Well, he's just looking a little bit tired at the moment. He's had a couple of chances where he's got in behind, but you never know with Michael, do you? He just needs that one opportunity. As we've seen earlier, he's scored 2 goals tonight, and he looks back to his best, I've got to say.
Berger running right through the middle of the defence. Owen. Robbie Fowler takes up the baton. You do feel there's more goals in this Liverpool team.
Yeah, there's quality throughout the side, and you see here once again Patrick Berger from midfield creating it all once again. Terrific run here, picks out Michael Owen, tries to flick it over the keeper. Keeper's done well, and then Robbie Fowler with the predatory instincts. He's only got one thing in his mind, that's having a shot on target. Tries the left foot curler, just goes past the upright.
Now I'm going to put you on the spot, Ray. We had a lot of emails at half-time talking about the best pairing for Liverpool in attack. Which are the best two for you?
I've got to say, I prefer when Robbie Fowler and Michael Owen are up front. Emil's a little bit different because he's a bit more physical, and he can win the balls in the air, which the other two can't. But I've got to say the movement of Robbie and Michael is absolutely electric.
Okinen. Oh. Bit of a dummy there, and Michael Owen is getting a real earful now from Robbie Fowler, who wants to know why the ball wasn't dispatched back into Fowler's path a bit earlier.
Well, when you've scored 2, you're always looking for the third. You're not likely to pass it to anyone else. Michael wants to get that third goal.
Patrick Berger, whose influence on this game has grown as the match has gone on. Here's McAllister. And he was fouled by Mekela. How many times can he commit a foul without picking up a second yellow card?
Yes, terrific driving run here from Gary McAllister. It looks like he's through, and you've got to say, that's a cynical foul from Mekela, already on a yellow card. You know, you just wonder, that's 2 or 3 occasions after he's had his yellow card that he's made tackles like that, and really and truthfully for me he should have been shown the red.
Karjalainen, the captain, is being substituted, and Oleg Ivanov, who scored on Sunday in Haka's 3-0 away win in the league, comes on. Another Russian in their squad.
Player number 7, Oleg Ivanov.
And the first thing Haka have to do after making that substitution is defend this free kick, which McAllister will take over the head of Marcus Babbel, who was the intended target of that chip. Ivanov with the clearance. Murphy. Babbel. And Murphy again. Great cross. Again, the chances come and go, and this time it's Robbie Fowler who buries his header into the wrong side of the upright.
Yeah, it's a good ball from Marcus Babbel. We find Danny Murphy. He's put it in first time to the back post. Robbie Fowler's coming in, but he's under pressure from the defender there. And just the way Robbie was looking there, he feels that it came off the defender, went by for a corner kick.
I bet Gerard Houllier cannot remember a game where his defence has been less under pressure when in possession.
It's been a real stroll for them this evening defensively.
Berger. Liverpool have a free kick. This is Berger. believe he was a wide midfield player. He really is enjoying that centre ground. Berger, Babel, Michael Owen just stumbling into that challenge. Vasanen getting it out. Hey, all right. Sami Hyypiä's gone forward now, virtually on the goal line. Being marked by Kovac. Kovac got the header just about away. This is Murphy. Hyypiä! Oh, the ideal finish by a Finn. Sami Hyypiä. There was a sense of disbelief when the Finnish national captain was first to react when Owen couldn't get there.
Yeah, it's a good finish though from Sami Hyypiä. He was up for the corner in the first place. It's dropped to Michael Owen, who's made a real hash of it really, and it's fell to Sami, and he's out of his left foot straight past the goalkeeper. 4-0 to Liverpool, and you've got to say it really has been easy this evening.
Berger. Owen, can he complete his hat-trick? Oh yes! Number 5. And Michael Owen will be heading back with the match ball. The congratulations of his colleagues and the thanks of every Liverpool fan.
It was once again through ball, we've got to say defensively, they're all at sea now. Ball from Patrick Berger, sets up Michael Owen on his right foot. Lovely through ball. Catches everyone by surprise. Michael Owen, good first touch out in front of him. What he does well here, keeps the ball low, hits it straight at the goalkeeper. Keeper can't get down to it, goes underneath him. Well done, Michael Owen, a hat-trick this evening.
Great news for Michael Owen, and good news for Celtic as well, because they've taken a 3-1 lead now away at Ajax. Chris Sutton has scored Celtic's third goal. Ajax 1, Celtic 3. Marcus Babel. Berger, Murphy with the dummy. Mekela. Fowler now for Liverpool. Is there going to be a 6th goal? He always has a sense of the audacious, doesn't he, Robbie Fowler?
Confidence. That's certainly what it is from Robbie Fowler's point of view, Gary.
So 2 minutes of stoppage time to be added on.
Sami Hyypiä ovat jälleen ensi viikon keskiviikkona täällä Helsingissä. Silloin Jari ja Sami pelaavat kotijoukkueen Suomen väreissä Belgiaa vastaan Finnair-stadionilla.
Liverpool will have a free kick. Stoppage time at the end of the game. I think it'll be a bit harder against Manchester United on Sunday.
It certainly will be. but they had to get the job done, Gary, and that's what they've done. You know, as you said earlier, we didn't really know too much about Haka. We knew Liverpool should have beat them. It's one thing thinking, it's going out and doing it, and that's what they've done tonight. Second half, much better, passing the ball around extremely well, broke that offside trap, and obviously the finishing has been clinical.
McAllister, Fowler. Maybe 10 years ago, Gary McAllister might have got to that return. But he's found the ball back at his feet again. Murphy. Oncho. Oncho. The full-time whistle is imminent now. Berger. Liverpool are halfway to a £13 million jackpot. They've hit 5 in Helsinki and are well on course for the Champions League with a Michael Owen hat-trick. Thoughts of Pat Nevin in the studio with Steve after the break. But the final score is Haka 0, Liverpool 5.
As ever, there was a few that were onside and that were given, and weren't onside that were given or whatever. So you know, it was a night where it's a hard night for the linesmen. But you know, obviously with the players we've got up front, then it's great when someone tries to play the offside trap, because we've got a few players with a bit of pace.
Well done. Home with the ball tonight, the match ball. Well done, Michael. Thank you.
Yes, well done, Michael, and well done, Liverpool Champions League football.
Yeah, abject tactics against them. It's just as the young man was saying there, all the way through the game, you knew what they had to do to break it down. First goal, obviously, it's Emil Heskey getting on the edge, finishing very well. I don't think he had a great game, to be honest, tonight. I don't think he had a great game at all. Whereas Owen, when he was given his opportunities, he could have actually have had 7 or 8 goals himself, but let me not be happy he set this one up, and typical finish, let's be honest. This is a great through ball by Berger, scoop over the top, sharp onto it. They could have done that all night, and I was disappointed they never done that a little bit more in the first half, because it was definitely on. And Samuel Huppier there.
You'll have enjoyed that at home,
And just at the end here.
You're surprised it took them so long to work it out?
Yeah, it did, but it was always going to be 4 or 5. At least.
All right, that's great. Right, now, before we go, I must remind you about our competition and a winner. Now, we asked you earlier on, who did Liverpool beat to take last season's UEFA Cup trophy, A, B or C? And, of course, it was Alaves in that memorable game. The winner, Chris Maguire from Westbury in Wiltshire. Congratulations to you. Now, we know that Liverpool aren't the only British team trying to get through to the Champions League. Here are the latest scores in the other 2 games tonight. Ajax 1, Celtic 3. Celtic winning 3-1 thanks to goals from Bobby Petter, Agat and Chris Sutton after 55 minutes. Rangers are still 0-0 with Fenerbahce at home. Now, because of the football tonight, I want a couple of programme changes I need to tell you about. Tonight's movie chart show was at 7. You can see it at Sunday at 11:30. The Great Battles of World War II, due at 8, can now be seen next Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Courtyard coming up after the break. My thanks to Pat. And so Liverpool are back where they belong, really, aren't they? Well, almost. We'll see you next time.